Alright. I'm assuming everybody is back. So we will pick up with the interrogations of the goblin that has survived after the battle. I deleted all the goblin bodies, but let's remember, this is a
Yeah.
massacre.
There is at least 9 goblin corpses and 4 goblin dogs just strewn about. You like
Yeah.
physically have to step over them.
So I'll grab the goblin with one of my bloody claws, lift him up, and basically say, if you don't want to end up like your friends here, if you want a chance to leave this place alive, you're going to tell us what we want to know.
All right,
Any response?
obvious fear in its eyes, and like as it looks around, it nods its head and he says, Ricknog no kill, Ricknog no hurt, Ricknog want live.
Okay, so what goblin clan are you from? Because there was like 5 in the area, is there?
Well, New Alia said there was 5 like in the area, but like not in this area. Like this woods is this goblin's clan alone, but obviously like the clans were united under others. But he would say Ricknog belonged to bird crunchers.
Okay, so how many goblins are currently in this goblin stronghold?
Um, Many. Like he looks like you could get a sense from his eyes when he's trying to understand the way you ask that question that the only way he knows how to respond is to say many. Like
Right, okay. Where's your leader?
um, Rip Nugget leader now. Rip Nugget. Rip Nugget, and he points like kind of north across the bridge. He's in building across bridge. He's Rip Nugget, big chief.
Have you seen the Longshanks with silver hair?
He says red lady bad, real bad.
Where is she?
She go where goblins no allowed go.
Where's that?
He kind of points to the same area as Rip Nugget, but but he's but he says like he says under. He says below goblin
It's
no go below.
okay.
Bird clan no allowed inside anymore.
Anybody got any other questions for this one?
I retrieved my rope from my backpack. Nope, and since he surrendered, it would be, well, a sin to execute him. So let's tie him up and come back for him later.
All right. As you are going to do that, you guys will hear. You guys will hear like a low, feral kind of rolling growl as a what anybody would guess in this area is a fire pelt cougar comes through the brush, like not in a charge, like it makes its presence known, and another goblin is like kind of near it. Obviously, he's a better goblin because he's got a name. Um, but as he's coming out, he doesn't seem like he has a like he's not coming out charging. As you go for the rope, hold on, let me introduce him. You will see, well, the cougar itself will be He does have a name. Your characters don't know it yet. It's Tangletooth.
Cute.
Right.
And where's this guy at?
Okay, give me a second. I gotta wait for people to get out. I got family in the kitchen. Apologies.
Right. Why don't that work anymore?
All right. So this little goblin comes out. Next to him, and he'll point a finger to the cougar as he appears, and he'll say, "No harm, Longshanks, no harm." As you go to try to tie him up, he'll say, "I am Gogmart." He's down here, by the way. I'll put him on the map. He says, "Are you Longshanks here to kill other Longshanks?"
Maybe. We're looking for the one with silver hair.
And we might not necessarily kill them, but we will be taking them away from here.
He nods, like he, agrees with that idea. Yeah. So he says, he's like, "Garmart not come to die, Gogmart come to talk." He jerks his chins towards the dead goblins behind him, or around him. He says, "Those were bird crunchers. They didn't want to be here too. They shouldn't have attacked you." He says, he says he'll kind of look over to the direction of where the original goblin was indicating. He says, "Nawalia, Red Lady, make Thistletop sick. Chief listens to her. Bugbear follows her. Goblins die for her. Feed bad dark places for her. Gogmart tired of it." He taps his clawed finger against his chest. "He wants out. Gogmart wants out. Want my goblins out." And as he says that, you see like more goblins like kind of like appearing around you and whatnot, but they're not like they're not aggravating. He says, "Want woods back. Longshanks. Longshanks want Red Lady dead or gone. You know, then Gogmart say you can go through with no more attacks as long as you don't kill no more."
Yeah, if you can get the goblins to get out of our way, that'll make our job a lot easier.
He steps forward a little more, um, like not you know not in any kind of aggression, like as obviously just a little braveness to him. He's got his head, like he lowers his head down and he's shaking. The sinister goblin grin kind of comes to his face, um, but it's not with a malice towards you. More of a probably he's got an idea. Maybe we help each other. If new Longshanks kill if new Longshanks kill Rip Nugget, I can take hold of Clan and leave this cursed place for goblins.
One question. Where would you go and what would you do?
He says, "Way from this place. We do what we can to live, but way from this place."
Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect sound points, I think we'll have to take. That's a.
I slowly nod. And would you like to have a better way of living than raiding someone?
What you mean?
To live, you can live peacefully by, as humans do, raising crops, for example.
What's that? He don't know about gardening.
Oh, so, yes, as everyone, you must eat, right? And what humans do is they basically raise plants to be eaten later, and they organize it in such a way that they never run out of food. So they don't need to fight or, raid someone.
You he seems like you seem like you're confusing him. There's a sense that he understands, but to him, when you eat the plant, it's gone.
Yeah, I
So
don't think we need to try and educate him just yet.
so he's like, no, once you eat the plant, it's gone. That makes no sense. This is crazy talk is me.
No, no,
I
but
think in the agrarian revolution is a bit out of scope.
okay. Can I use my profession herbalist and try to explain it to best of my ability to him?
You could, like, yes, and I say you really could if you out of character if you want to try that. But what you will get a sense of is you trying to explain guarding to a 5-year-old,
Oh, okay.
a dumb 5-year-old. Let's just go with that.
Fuck. Fuck. And I was like, okay, it's doable. Fuck. Okay, it's hard but doable.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
let's roll with it.
yeah. So.
Fuck.
Yeah, he is thoroughly confused. Now he gets like because out of character. He's like he's a like he understands some things when it comes to druidness because I think he is a druid. But the point is like he's also uh
A
like
fucking goblin.
yeah, he's a goblin, but he gets it to a certain degree. But at some point, what he thinks what you're relating to, like when you're talking about planting and growing and continuously harvesting, you're like you could take from the plant and it keeps growing. He thinks it's magic. Like at some point, he's like, I get it. Yes, I understand. And what magic causes this? And you're like, it's not magic. It's just, and he's like, no, no. Like he thinks it's magic. It's like at some point, his brain falls out of the path you're going, and he goes into the magical land. He's like, where you get magic seed? Like, then he thinks like, no, that's normal seed. Like, because goblins
Okay,
won't eat
okay,
anything.
okay. Fuck it. For the
But
greater good.
yeah. So
For
yeah.
the greater good, I will try to bluff him that yes, all the seeds you will plant are magic, and thanks to that, you can do the perpetuum mobile with enough water.
Okay. So he'll get a +1 to his fucking profession gardening now, but he's thoroughly wrong at how he does it.
Well, that's how goblins do things, I guess.
Yeah. I can imagine at some point after this scenario, like if he survives and he takes the rest of the goblin clans, like they go around like convinced they're doing they're doing sorcery and all they're doing is basic fucking gardening. The plant grows more. Take. All right. So basically, like you've come to an agreement with the Gogmert and the rest of the Bird Cruncher clan and whatever miscellaneous clans are around. Like the general info you will get from them is like that they're mistreated by the other main clans. They're the remnants of like one of the clans that was decimated during the raid on Sandpoint. They have a negative view of it, is what what you have heard, because they were basically the fodder clan. Like they were used in the worst areas, like the front of the lines. That they got decimated. So like that's the sense you get from here, because like the way they speak of the raid of the Sandpoint, like the people that raided Sandpoint got what they wanted, and it wasn't a failure to them. But the sense that this clan gets is it was a failure because they were decimated. All right.
So, like he says, he tells you to, since since y'all are doing stuff back and forth, if anybody wants, they can make a sense motive check on Gogmert. I will always allow that after the fact because I know you're like you're in the middle of dialogue and sometimes you forget. If you just choose to trust him, that's perfectly fine. And if you, while talking to him, want to roll any type of persuasion, intimidate, or bluff during the whatnot during the conversation, you can roll for that as well to see if you can get any more information. Since motive 15, you get a sense that he is telling the truth for a 15. Yes. Like he's not being deceptive because his intentions were clear. He wants Chief Rip Nugget to die, and he wants to take the goblins away from here. You get a sense that he does care about all the goblins dying. It bothers him.
How will we know Rip Nugget when we see him?
Chief Rip Nugget in throne room. He's like big chief, big boss. He says he rides a gecko.
That's a cool mount, but very discernible,
We'll kill him.
recognizable.
You'll round up the goblins and get them out of here.
Gogmar shake his head. He says, "Careful of bridge, trapped."
To make it collapse?
Shakes his head. Yes. He points to. He points to the three goblins. He says, "Only three at once." He holds his hand four, like he holds his hands at four. Bridge go down.
Okay, so we'll go across one at a time because I weigh a bit more than a goblin. I probably weigh more than 2 goblins.
I nod.
All right. If the parlay ends without any more questions, you guys can be on your way.
Thank you for your kindness, Gogmat. We will remember your wise advice.
He takes that as a compliment as he disappears in the woods as the goblins scurry off. There is as you move around as you kind of leave and you move around the rest of the Nettlewood and the path and whatnot. There's nothing that stands out here. Y'all have kind of fought all the monsters that are here, so I'm going to proceed you to the bridge. All right, so let me do this. So you guys can choose to go across the bridge one at a time, which is fine. But keep in mind, I'm gonna describe the Thistletop area, the I don't know what the fuck you call it, the fort. It has two watchtowers. I'm going to I'm going to roll to see what the the people watching are doing, and if you guys want to like wait for a pattern or kind of try to notice anything to try and sneak across, we can go from there. But give me 1 second to pull that up.
How many casts of mending would it take to repair this bridge?
The bridge is not broken. The bridge.
And he said be careful with it, so it's like trapped of some kind somewhere.
Yeah, but a trap mending wouldn't fix a trap.
We couldn't have got Gugmuk to distract the guards or even get them to abandon their post, could we?
You didn't discuss that with him.
Yeah.
See, so I don't know. I would have went down that road had you had that discussion with him. Okay, so y'all pass that. So the area, y'all do pass an area where the dogs came from. Y'all would notice there was a dog kennel, that's where the goblin dogs came from. past that area and whatnot. Also, like I say, always keep in mind, I'm not gonna keep like loot from you. So like, and honestly, there's nothing on the goblins you would want. So unless it's truly something truly hidden in a wall or something like that, you know what I mean? Like I'll obviously take into account that you guys would search things and whatnot. So you guys don't have to feel like loot hobos unless there's something on somebody that you really want. Like if you kill a guy and you drop him and like he had like a flaming sword and you're like, well, I want that fucking flaming sword. Like obviously you'll take that in the moment, but all the small shit in his pockets, like we're not gonna worry about that in the middle of like RPing and this kind of stuff. Like obviously you'll get a list at the end of it of everything of value that your guys would want. So that being said, let's see. All right. So a rope bridge spans the gulf between the cliff and the roundish flat-top islands, 60 stone feet to the north. 60 some feet to the north. Thick patches of nettle and briars grow here and there atop the island, but its most impressive feature is a wooden one-story stockade. Two 30-foot tall watchtower towers guard the stockade's southern facade. The rope bridge itself is made of hairy rope and thick wooden planks. The whole thing creaks and sways in the winds above the churning surf, like some 80-foot drop below you would see. But it also's got like a salty dampness to it, so like the idea of like setting on a fire, it ain't gonna burn. They don't burn well at all. Let's see what the goblins are doing on the other side. Okay. Well, as you look, you don't see any movements from either watchtower.
Try and get across the bridge then as quick as possible.
Yes, it's our chance. Octavian, will you go first? I will try to cover you from this point. And I look down the cliff and clinch my sling staff.
All right. So who goes first, Octavian? All right, cool.
That was fast.
Yeah, it's one turn. All right. So who goes next?
I'll follow up.
All right.
You want to go next, Lorie?
No, you go. I will cover you.
All right.
All right. And the last following up is Lorie.
Yes, I go too.
All right. That will put y'all.
Gotta let my wife in the house.
All right. All right. I'm gonna load the next page. Give me a second. I've got to figure out why my roll 20 does that. All right. So I'll wait for Caelwyn to get back in the room.
what's happening.
Okay, we're just waiting on you. All right, you guys make it across. All right, so what you'll notice is the rope bridge opens onto a flat windscour top of the island, where a rough wooden stockade rises above, the stone, like kind of like a scavenge fortress, because the walls are built from like thick, weathered timbers, many clearly taken from shipwrecks washed ashore from the Varisian coast. Like you'll see a few beams that's kind of still bear like faded nameplates, while others look like old masts and spars repurposed into crude defenses. Like up here in this area, like the sea wind moans as it like kind of goes through the gaps in the wood and whatnot. Like obviously, since you're around this area, there you hear the waves echo and crash, all that. Like despite its ramshackle appearance, the fort is sturdier than it seems. Like because this entire stockade is slick with damp sea air, patches of soggy moss, and like lichen are stuck to the thick layers of it. So in front of you, you see a double door that is currently closed. You don't see anything around you, and there's no windows. As of right now, there still is. There's still no activity on the guard towers.
Suppose we should try and get inside quickly.
Would be for the best, I think.
They're just gonna go straight in. All right, give me a second.
I think so. And has anyone got? I mean, the guard towers. Anyone could pop up at any time, couldn't they? So
Yeah, if we can get if those doors are openable, we can get in. Then we get in.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah. Like the alarm up here hasn't been raised, so currently they are not locked as
yeah,
of the
get
moment.
in, then close the doors behind us, and then we can, I suppose, try and be a bit stealthy.
Stealthy in a goblin fortress. They said. So in here, like you would get a sense that this crude hall feels like a goblin's attempted grandeur. The floor is nothing but hard-packed earth beneath rough timber and a low wooden roof. You kind of see in this area like there's some badly preserved horse and dog heads leer down with grim display, while the southern wall bears a pair of great black feathered wings pinned up with daggers, like some savage trophy. You'll see a set of doors right here. There's a double door here. There's a double door there. There's a door there, and there's a hallway that goes down the way there. So y'all could head east, north, or down the hallway. Down the hallway to the east.
Yeah, we never got taught where the chief goblin is, did we?
No.
I would opt for going north, just on the theory that the throne room is probably kind of central.
Yeah. And should we try, whenever we come up against goblins that doesn't have the boss involved, should we try the first person that goes into combat basically says we had to overthrow what's his name? It was
Lignac?
Ragnak. Yeah, we'll just say we had to overthrow Ragnak. The rest of you can leave and see what they say. Just in case some of the goblins want to leave. Oh, we had to get rid of the other Longshanks. That's what we should say.
Rip Nugget is the name of the goblin chieftain.
Yeah, so we'll just say we had to get rid of Ripnugget and the other Longshanks.
Yeah. Rip Nugget. Rip that nugget off.
Rip Nugget.
Yeah.
So if whoever goes first in the initiative says that and sees what the goblins do, it might get a few goblins either hesitating or maybe not even attack us. Unless you know, Rib Nuggets behind this door, then it doesn't matter.
So you're going north? Okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old door behind a door. Useless hallways in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Alright, Chen and Octavian, all you guys, as you enter, you will hear, like, actual, like, if you know, like, you will hear commotion to your east and commotion to the north.
Okay.
Along the
There's
walls.
no doors.
There is
Yeah, there's
no
no
doors
doors
to the
to.
east, but you hear
Yeah.
stuff on the other side of that wall.
Right.
You hear goblin noises and goblin dog barking noises, so you can tell there's a ruckus going on there. To the north, you're going to hear a lot of goblin talk and whatnot, and what sounds like a small scuffle going on, honestly.
Okay. So I'm guessing the east one is this door down here.
Or sorry, the
The-
west. You hear the goblin noises to the west, not the east. On the east, on the east door to you, Octavian and Lorie, y'all don't hear anything.
I'm gonna
So
crack this door open.
you're continuing north. All right.
I believe so, yeah.
All right. So as you open the door, you're going to let me describe the room and then the characters, because this is going to be interesting.
That doesn't sound good.
Is it gonna be is it gonna turn into like a long fight or anything like that?
Yes, it is.
So it might just be best to call it then, because it's getting quite late where I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
11:30.
Okay.
Oh,
If that's the case, then yeah, we could call it. We should call it here. Oh, you're lucky. I was literally about to click the door open. Do you want to hold the surprise, or do you want me to open the door so you can kind of wait?
I'd say hold the surprise, and we don't have a couple of weeks waiting.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I think it'd be interesting if we did, but you are right. All right. So do y'all want to just go ahead? Because you said somebody's not going to be able to make it next week, so y'all want to use this as the alternating week now, or do y'all want to switch back after, which would put us 3 weeks off?
To be honest, I'm easy to do any Sunday at the minute. To be honest, so it's up to other people, I suppose.
Yeah, either works for me.
I'm fine either way.
Okay. I think Lorie said he had.
Yeah, it was 19 was bad for me, but 26, okay, no problem.
Okay, I will set the next game for the 26th. I'll update Roll20 and update everything else. I don't think there's anything else that you guys would get from this encounter today, because y'all just turned level 3 and you only had the one big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Right.
All right. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks then.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, see
Thanks
you.
for the game.
Well, guys, yep, cheers.
Later.
Bye.